A complaint filed against 7 Guyanese parliamentarians over their dual citizenship. And in sport, the upcoming ODI series between the Windies and England and the Regional Super 50 gets a new title sponsor. I'm Ricardo Roberts, and this is Caribbean in 10 for Tuesday, February 19, 2019. I'll be back with the details after the break.
Incentive program is timely. It is designed to provide support to the various agriculture subsectors with the aim of strengthening food production on the island. This has been a top priority of the Division of Food Production, Forestry and Fisheries. Food Production Secretary Hayden Spencer says the initiative will help boost the agricultural sector.
Reggae star Chronix and veteran reggae crooner Coco T are the latest names announced as included in the official lineup for Buju Banton's highly anticipated Long Walk to Freedom concert set for the Jamaica National Stadium in Kingston on March 16th. The concert will be the first appearance on stage by Buju Banton, who was recently released from prison after serving an 8-year sentence in the U.S. on charges related to drug trafficking.
We begin in Guyana, where Attorney-at-Law Christopher Ram has formally requested the police force to launch an investigation into the possible violation of the Constitution of Guyana by 7 parliamentarians who hold dual citizenship and may have lied on their declarations forms when they ran for office. He also asked the police to expand the investigation to all MPs, since others may also have dual citizenship. In his letter to Police Commissioner Leslie James on Monday, Ram listed 4 government ministers, Dominic Gaskin, Carl Greenidge, Joseph Harmon and Rupert Rupnarine, and 3 opposition members, GAYLE Teixeira, Odinga Ulumba and Adrian Anamea, as suspected violators of Article 155 of the Constitution, the Representation of the People's Act and the Statutory Declarations Act. He said that the case of Greenidge is a cause of considerable concern since, as Foreign Affairs Minister, he represents Guyana's interest regionally and internationally. Now, Ram's complaint is based on the ruling of Acting Chief Justice Roxanne George in the no-confidence motion challenge that anyone who holds dual citizenship is disqualified from being a member of the National Assembly. Staying in Guyana, the government is being urged to examine and implement provisions that would allow persons who are deaf to drive in the country. A spokesperson for the Guyana Deaf Association said yesterday that discussions were held with the government before on the matter, but nothing has been done.
I think that was the first time they were ever confronted with the issue, and the traffic chief was there also. And no, the traffic chief wasn't there. Minister was there and FORDEF. And the FORDEF did an excellent job. Because when Minister arrived, I thought he was very, like nearly everybody else, deaf. Can they drive? How come? This is a disaster going to happen, waiting to happen. But after he listened to the FORDEF carefully, I think he changed his mind fundamentally. And since then, he's been very open.
The Deaf Association members said
the members of the hearing impaired community are hoping for another meeting with the Ministry of Public Security. The association members, who claim that Guyana is one of the few countries that prevent the hearing impaired from driving, said it is simply not fair. The group says that by not having provisions in place, people would or could be forced to get involved in illegalities to obtain a driver's license. In Trinidad and Tobago now, over 100 former workers at state-owned oil company EX-PETROTRIN say they're still waiting on monies owed to them. Yesterday, the ex-employees made their way to the industrial court in San Fernando to file their complaints. We get more in this TTT News report.
Months after EX-PETROTRIN was restructured and workers sent home, over 100 former employees are still waiting on money. Speaking to the media just after filing his complaint at the San Fernando Industrial Court, one former worker said they are due money ranging from pensions to basic pay, and according to the former workers, the time has passed.
Under the law, which is the Retrenchment and Severance Benefit Act, once you send workers home, there's a technicality that says the company have 30 days to pay people their monies. It is now 80 days, and all that has happened as citizens of this country and workers, we have written the registrar of the court complaining.
He said, contrary to popular belief, some workers have not been paid and are still waiting on what is due to them.
Based on our little knowledge, the court will contact the former company. The company is traded now as the Trinidad and Tobago Petroleum Holding Company Limited, and there's a section called PETROTRIN Legacy. So I hope that the court contacts them and asks them to listen, contact your workers or whoever, and see if you could fix this.
He said as time unfolds, other issues will come to light.
And stay with us, your Midday Sport is next. The upcoming 5-match ODI series between West Indies and England will now be named the Colonial Medical Insurance ODI Series. This after Colonial Group International Limited, or CGI, announced a major global partnership with Cricket West Indies. The launch was held at Sandals Royal in Barbados last night. The partnership also sees Colonial becoming the title sponsor of the regional Super 50 tournament. CWI CEO Johnny Grave, in welcoming the group on board, said the partnership will benefit cricket across the region, from communities and young families to professional cricketers, and especially fans of both the Super 50 and the Windies. The Colonial Medical Insurance ODI series begins with the first ODI at the Kensington Oval in Barbados tomorrow, with the second set for the same venue on February 22nd. The series then moves to the Grenada National Stadium for the third and fourth ODI on February 25th and 27th. The series concludes at the Darren Sammy Cricket Ground in St. Lucia on March 2nd. Meanwhile, veteran West Indies batsman Chris Gayle says he's thrilled with the Test series win over England in the recent 3-match series and hopes that success can use as a motivation for the one-day rubber. Now, Windies entering the series rank underdogs trounced England in the opening 2 tests to reclaim the coveted Wisden Trophy for the first time in a decade. Now, they lost the final test last week in St. Lucia as the series finished 2-1. Gayle is returning to the ODI squad for the first time in 7 months after missing tours of India and Bangladesh in the latter half of last year. That's Caribbean in 10. Join us again at 6:30 for Caribbean News 9. Good afternoon.